This video is about identifying independent and dependent variables, writing a function rule from a given situation, using a function rule to analyze a given situation. So yesterday we started to make a table to show the different costs of roses from both Roses Are Red and Flower Power. So remember, at Roses Are Red, there's a $20 fee plus 75 cents per rose. At Flower Power, there is a $60 fee plus 50 cents per rose. So we are going to complete this table using that information. So at Roses Are Red, we have to pay $20 as a processing fee for them to assemble the roses and deliver them, plus 75 cents per rose. So we're going to multiply 75 by the number of roses. And in the last row here, we're going to use R as our variable. So 0.75 times R. So one rose is going to cost us $20.75. Two is going to cost us $21.50. And 10 is going to cost us $27.50. Then we're going to do the same thing for Flower Power. So Flower Power, we have to pay $60 as our service fee, plus we pay 50 cents per rose. So when we figure out our costs, we have $60.50, $61, and $65. Using the pattern and the last row then, we can write our function rule. So for Roses Are Red, our cost is going to equal $20 plus 0.75 R. For Flower Power, our cost is going to equal $60 plus 0.50 R. So we want to write a dependency statement and identify our variables. You can use the table to help you with that. So if we go back and look at the table here, the number that we are putting into the equations is going to be our independent variable, which is the number of roses, and our cost is going to be the dependent variable. So we have the dependent variable written twice because we found the cost for both places. So our independent variable is the number of roses, and our dependent variable is the cost. So our dependency statement then is the cost depends on the number of roses. So we want to see which store is going to be better for us if we're planning to buy 75 roses. So at Roses Are Red, we have to pay $20 plus 75 cents per rose. So we can do 20 plus 0.75 times 75. And we get $76.25. For Flower Power, it's $60 plus 50 cents times 75. And that gets us $97.50. So if we're looking to buy 75 roses, Roses Is Red is going to be cheaper. So we would want to buy Roses Are Red because it's cheaper. And then we're going to subtract our costs. So $97.50 minus $76.25. So it's going to be cheaper by $21.25. So now we want to look at how many roses we can buy for $200. So for Roses Are Red, we're going to put 200 in for the cost. So 200 equals 20 plus 0.75 R. We can subtract 20 from both sides. 180 is equal to 0.75 R. When we divide by 0.75, we get that R is going to be 240 roses. Then we can look at Flower Power. So again, we're going to put in a cost of 200 and see how many roses we can buy. So we have 200 equals 60 plus 0.50 R. We can subtract 60. We get 140 equals 0.5 R. Divide by 0.50. And we get 280 roses. So we would want to buy our roses from Flower Power because we'd be able to get more roses. Your brother has $525 in savings, but he is not able to find a summer job. He has been spending $35 each week and is enjoying his summer of leisure. So we know that the brother has $525 saved. So we're going to put 525 as the start value for every week. He is spending $35 a week. So instead of adding to that, he's spending it, so he's losing that money. So we're going to do subtract 35 times the number of weeks. So when we multiply in the first week, it's week 0, so he has 525. In the second week, 525 minus 35 times 1 is going to be 490. 525 minus 35 times 2 is 455. And 525 minus 35 times 5 is $350. So we want to write a function rule that models the money saved over a given amount of time. So he is collecting it every week, so we're going to use W for weeks, and we're going to use money, M for money saved. So the money saved is equal to 525 minus 35 per week, so minus 35W. The dependent and independent variables here. So the independent variable is what's happening, so each week he is losing money, and then the dependent variable is what we're trying to figure out, so that is going to be the money saved. So our dependency statement, the money saved depends on the number of weeks. So how much will your brother have saved after 18 weeks? So we can do the money saved is equal to 525 minus 35 times 18. When we put that in the calculator, we get negative $105. This means that he owes $105. Or he's in debt $105. How many weeks will pass if he has $245? So 245 equals 525 minus 35W. We can subtract 525 from both sides. So we get negative 280 is equal to negative 35W. When we divide, we get W is 8, so 8 weeks. In our last problem, Bam Bam's Workout World has a discount for their workout plan. They are charging $50 as a one-time fee and $10 for every visit. So we need to create two variables. So we're going to have V for visits and C for cost. So our cost is equal to $50 that we have to pay once to join the gym plus $10 per visit, so 10V. How much would it cost for 90 visits? So we have 50 plus 10 times 90. And we get, oops, we forgot a 0 there. 50 plus 10 times 90. That's going to get us 950. How many times can you visit if you want to spend 500? So 500 equals 50 plus 10V. We can subtract 50 from both sides. 450 equals 10V. Divide by 10. So V is 45. So 45 visits.